Hi.
Hi, can I help you?
Yes, order online.
Okay, what's the day?
Audra,
There you go.
all set?
Yep.
All right, thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. We're in Kingman, Arizona, and we did something a little bit different today. We ordered online from Cracker Barrel our breakfast.
Well, good morning, you guys. As Steve said, we got food from the Cracker Barrel. If you're new to our channel, we're Steve and Audra, and we have been doing full-time van life for going on almost, we're working on 4 months now. This is what we got this morning. And before that, we did part-time van life for about 3.5 years. For our part-time van life, we were on the East Coast, and now for the last couple months, we've been out west, and it's been great. So today, we're doing more adventuring out west. We're heading to Phoenix later today.
Yummy!
Oh yeah! So we like to do what we call low-budget van life. We try not to spend a lot of money on the road, which means we usually don't pay for campsites. We stay at Cracker Barrel a lot, or spots we find on iOverlander, but once in a while, because we stay at Cracker Barrel so much, we like to support them and get a meal or two there. We thought doing it this way, getting it online and bringing it and just splitting one meal would be a good way to not spend too much, because we spend so much more if it's the two of us both getting entrees. So the funny thing this morning, we actually have quite a few Cracker Barrel gift cards. We went online to order until I forgot, so we paid for it with our credit card. So today we're spending more money than we usually would, but that's all right. So we're going to enjoy this and then get our day started.
Like Audra mentioned, we just ordered one entree, so I'm just going to throw in a couple extra eggs. And while I'm at it, going to heat up some water for some coffee.
Steve's gourmet coffee for the morning.
Gets the job done.
Instant coffee. Puts hair on your chest, right? This morning it's time for some chores here in the van. We're at Planet Fitness because we need to work out and get showers, but we also saw on iOverlander that there's a water spigot we can use to refill our jug. So Steve's going to switch out our water this morning. Then we're going to give him a haircut because that's one of the ways we save money. And then we'll go in and get our showers, get cleaned up. Do you remember your calculations for how much we've saved over the years, like from the last set of clippers?
Well, I'm sure you're not going to find a haircut for less than $10,
Look at all this.
right?
That's just from one side.
So I figure I need one at least once a month. It's $120.
I'm sure it'd be way more than $10.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's lots of people that could critique my haircutting technique, including my mother, who was a beautician. But Steve's hair is really easy to cut because it's kind of curly-ish. So if I don't do well, it doesn't matter. You can't really tell. It all blends together and hides.
Plus, it grows back in about 10 minutes.
Steve actually used to have long hair on top when he was in high school. And then once, when we were married, he tried to redo it, to grow it out again. But it didn't last very long. He couldn't do it.
What do you think? Is she making me look all pretty?
It's only taken 5.5 hours so far. He's got a lot of hair, you guys. Well, that felt good to exercise and to get cleaned up. Now the van looks like a laundromat. Steve likes to do his laundry at Planet Fitness and then hang it everywhere. I guess it works. It's kind of funny though. And then look how pretty he is with his new haircut. It's all coiffed. Alright, now we gotta go to the library.
So I dropped Audra off at the library. She needed to do a little bit of work. I used that time to fill up the van with some gas. And now we're going to make a quick pit stop at Goodwill. See if we can find some desperately needed shoes.
So, Steve always does better on days like this. I have a hard time, I don't know if adjusting is the right word, but handling the days where we're just doing like chores and stuff, because I have the mentality somehow in here that we always have to be seeing stuff and staying on schedule. And I don't know, I guess it's just something I'm going to have to work on adjusting to better. One of the issues is, as we've mentioned, our inverter does not work, so we can't charge our laptop unless we're driving. So that's why I had to go to the library. My computer's not working right. That's been an ongoing frustration. So I guess it's kind of handling some of that kind of stress and just going with the flow. But just going to have to suck it up. So now we're going to go look for some shoes. Hopefully see a few things around town and then get on the road to head to Phoenix. We'll see how that all goes. So I am of the opinion that Goodwill is way overpriced for a thrift store. Shouldn't have gone in. We're going to look somewhere else. So we've shared in some past videos our quest for finding some fun Route 66 stuff, some historic landmarks. We're going to give it another little try here before we leave Kingman. We're going to go look for a photo op, some other stuff. Let's see what we can find.
Well, we were hoping to fit in there, but apparently it's only 8 feet tall. Bummer.
Alright, it's time to blow this popsicle joint. We're out of here.
I think it's popsicle stick.
No.
Popsicle wrapper.
Anyway, we're leaving Kingman and we are heading to Phoenix. I looked it up. It's actually popsicle stand. I think joint works though.
So does wrapper.
Merge onto I-40 East.
I'm gonna stick with popsicle wrapper. Let's blow this popsicle wrapper. Popsicle wrapper.
Oh, these roads are great. Okay, you guys, the highlight of my day has arrived. There are saguaro cacti everywhere. I couldn't be more thrilled. I guess I'm kind of a geek about plants.
I didn't see any of them wearing a sombrero.
I think all the sombreros blew off this morning. But they're very cool to see and I'm very excited. Because we have never seen them out in nature before. We have seen them at Botanical Gardens, but never just growing out where they belong. So this is fun. Pretty out right now. The sun's going down, so we just found a spot we can pull over. There's power lines and stuff here, but at least we can get out and see the sunset and some of these cacti. Let's go take a look-see. Look! Cacti! Well, this wasn't the most quiet spot in the world, but it was nice to be able to stop and enjoy some of the scenery tonight before we get to our parking spot at Cracker Barrel. So we're going to keep driving. We have about 35 minutes to get there, and we'll make some dinner. It's a really pretty evening. And look at all the cacti. So here we go. Some major potholes right here. Hey. over there, the pretty colors, and the cacti over there. I'm digging this part of Arizona. Well, we made it to Cracker Barrel. Time to make some dinner. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. Been working so hard while Steve's been driving today.
Tell you what it is it's tough being so pretty. Aww.
Oh, he's trying to earn some brownie points. Maybe I'm so tired because of all the hair cutting I did. It was very hard work. There's a lot of hair to cut. Kind of looks like rabbit turds. Tonight on the menu is black beans. Or maybe you'd say are black beans. Is, are, one of those. We're having black beans tonight. Alright, so we start with the cans of black beans. We like to make extra so we have leftovers. And then we doctor them up with all kinds of good stuff. Salsa, garlic, spices, sriracha. Dinner's all made. I'm going to read a book while I have dinner. And Steve's watching basketball with his little special antenna. He's got front row seats to the game. Look how cute he is with his new haircut. Well, today wasn't the most exciting day, but I guess that's okay. I guess we do need some normal life. As I mentioned earlier, I'm kind of tired today. I think the kitty is too. I fell asleep while I was reading. She didn't even want to go outside tonight for a walk, and she hasn't had her special dinner either. So, I think that means it's time for bed early tonight. I think we're going to change, climb under the covers, and go to sleep.
We'll catch you in the morning, and we'll have some fun exploring Phoenix.
Rub-a-dub-dub. Good morning, you guys. It was really nice to get some good sleep last night, and also nice to be in a place where it's not freezing cold overnight. We didn't have to button the whole van up. We had some windows open. It's starting to feel like Florida a little bit again for us. I think it's supposed to get pretty hot, though, some of the days while we're here in Phoenix, but I think I'd rather be hot than cold. So, with warmer temperatures, that means I might be able to wear a dress today. I don't know if you know this about me, but I like to wear dresses, and I haven't worn a dress in a long time, so I'm looking forward to wearing a dress. But for now, I think I'll find something else maybe. My cabinet here has turned into a little bit of a mess because I keep taking clothes in and out so the cat can get up there. I think I might need to reorganize things a little bit today. Yeah. Here's our view this morning. Scenic view. Kitty girl just hanging out here. And one thing I really love having in the van is our full-length closet. What should I wear today? It's been a while since I've worn anything that's in the closet hanging up. I think it's a black dress kind of day. So, I have 3 dresses on this one hanger. I gotta get to the one I want. Voila! A black dress. Little black dress. All wrinkly. Okay.
So just starting to make breakfast, and we ran out of propane. What I like to do is keep a loose accounting of how many minutes each tank will give us.
Look at this yummy breakfast. What do you have on there? What's on your egg?
Hot sauce.
Doesn't look like hot sauce.
Breakfast is served.
Yum. Look, Steve's making himself all pretty. He should have gone, tidying up the van a little bit. I will admit, we don't always make the bed, especially when it was colder out. And then if the cat's in the bed in the morning, we often don't make it. So, trying to tidy things up a little bit this morning. Make it feel a little bit more like a home. Well, it's not Instagram worthy, but at least it's straightened up and neat now. Maybe we need to find a little bit of a more attractive tiny home for the kitty. We tried before though, and she didn't like it. we bought her one that she did not approve. Next stop on the Stephen Audra train, the Burton Bar Central Library of downtown Phoenix, and we've heard it's pretty cool. I mentioned before the Stephen Audra train. Well, it's a slow-moving train here now that we do van life. I was hoping to be at the library when it opened, which was 9, which in my mind is a little bit late in the morning. Now it's 10 o'clock and we're just heading in now. So I guess that's something I just have to accept. Or maybe we can work on once in a while getting moving a little bit quicker. But we got the van all ready to go because it's hotter here. I've got the Max Air open and on. We've got our T-vent open. And you guys want to see something really sad. Look at my sad plant here. It's dying. So that's a Hoya plant that we brought with us from Florida. It's a cutting. It's actually a cutting from a plant I've had since I was little, so it's making me really sad that it's dying. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the colder temps, because it usually stays pretty decent here in the van, or maybe it hasn't had enough light, or maybe I gave it too much light, because one day when we were back at Bryce Canyon, I put it out in almost full sun, and maybe that was too much for it, but whatever the reason, it's dying.
I keep trying to educate Audra. The plant isn't dying, it's just hibernating for winter.
Yeah, right. But if you want to know a great plant for van life, it's this one. It's I think a mini snake plant, and it does great in almost any kind of environment. So with that, we're going to get inside to the library, get some work done before we do some more exploring around the city. Well, the Central Library here in Phoenix is definitely cool. That's one neat thing. And we go to so many libraries from place to place. We get to see some really neat places. Some libraries are just so-so, but this one definitely is a cool one. So right now I came out to have some lunch and hang out with the kitty for a little bit. That's what we do when we're at the library, so we don't have to pack up our computers and bring them out here when we do lunch or other breaks. So I'm out here, gonna make some lunch, then I'll go in, Steve will come out. That's what we do. So I'm just getting some leftovers out. I got the black beans from last night, and I'm gonna make a little burrito here. Add some cheese and green onions, maybe some tomatoes and sour cream. You want some treats, little girl? While I'm having lunch, she can have some treats. Here you go, baby. There you go. Uh-oh, you knocked it off, kitty. Here it is. Get it. Alright, and here's lunch. Not bad, right? Alright, so lunch is finished. I left some food out for Steve, and now it's time to head back into the library. Alright, Boopy. I'll see you later, baby.
So for those of you who have been following along on our channel, you've probably heard us talk about our Delta and the pros and cons of having it, especially our unit. It certainly has its quirks. It has been acting up again today. From time to time, on a bright, cloudless day, it will only show 27 to 29 watts coming in. And we just know that that's wrong. It should be well over 150 on a day like today. So again, it's showing about 27 watts. Usually what we'll do to kind of fix that is just to unplug the solar that goes into the Delta. wait a few seconds, and then plug it back in. Tried that numerous times today, and it's not doing anything. It's not fixing it. I even turned the delta completely off for a few seconds and turned it back on, and it's still not responding the way it should. I just ran the cell phone up on our GoPro stick to just verify that everything is still looking good and connected, and that's still looking good. So it's not an issue of, a poor connection. So it's kind of frustrating because it was just working yesterday. I suppose maybe one of the panels is going bad, but the Delta's been doing this off and on for months. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the panel, and we're not sure how to troubleshoot this. Look at those big piles of dirt.
Something we've been noticing in these parts is that there are some mountains that really do look like piles of dirt, or as Steve would say, poop. It looks like someone's just been playing in dirt and pushing piles of dirt around. It's kind of funny. And guess where we're going now, Lucky Steve? We're going to a botanical garden.
Yay!
Yay! And everyone was so excited.
Yay!
I'm not excited or anything. Alright, so this is my first close-up encounter with a cactus, like this type, the saguaro. And we're heading into the desert botanical garden. Hopefully there's going to be a lot more like this. Definitely in my happy place. There's a hummingbird right there. Get him. There's a hummingbird. You see him? On the branch. You see him?
No. Oh, yeah.
Right there.
There he is. This little guy is definitely not afraid of us.
Little guy.
I've got the camera about 2 feet from him.
So we were looking at this sign a little bit earlier, but we didn't say anything because we didn't see any hummingbirds around. But then we spotted that little girl. And as you can see, Arizona is the hummingbird capital of the United States. And we got to see one. It's been a while since we've been in a botanical garden, so I thought it was worth mentioning that today we got into this garden for free because we're part of a reciprocal program. It's with the American Horticultural Society. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check that out. It's definitely worth it.
What I like most about the program is it saves you a ton of money. It was like $25, $30 a person to get in here today. So we got in for free.
So just a visit to this one botanical garden pretty much almost covers the whole membership fee. I think I paid like around $60 for family membership. Definitely worth it if you go to a few different botanical gardens.
When they're on the vein, you see that right there? That tells us that it's a male.
Oh my gosh, do I love it in here. It is so cool.
This caught my eye. A large Seguro can store up to 6 tons of water.
That's a Saguaro. And it can also lose 2/3 of its water and still live. I absolutely love it here, especially this time of day. It's beautiful.
Things never work for me.
The lights are all starting to come on. And it feels all magical in here. So we saw a bird fly into the cactus here. We're hoping he'll come back out, but that could take a long time. Notice anything different in here going on? So the EcoFlow Delta is still not working, which is super frustrating. So we're trying to conserve energy right now. And we're going to have to figure out what to do. It's going to be kind of frustrating as we're traveling until we're at a point where we can get something new. Got a little bit of pasta with pesto and tomatoes going on here tonight for our dinner in the dark.
It's a candlelight dinner, you should show them.
Yeah, we do have a candle. Alright, so we are out on the town for First Friday in the Roosevelt Road district of downtown Phoenix. We got here and we were about to give up. I think we probably drove around for about 40 minutes looking for a spot to park, but it is a madhouse here. So we were actually leaving, heading on our way back to Cracker Barrel when a spot opened up. So we decided to stick around and we're going to check it out now. right, you guys. Well, we pulled into a Cracker Barrel. It's the second one of the evening. The first one we got to, we realized it doesn't allow overnight parking, or it's not allowed there. So on to number 2 for the night. So here we are. We're ending this episode in the front seat because of our power unit not working. We don't want to be using all the lights in the back, so we thought we'd say goodnight from here. I thoroughly enjoyed the Desert Botanical Garden earlier today. Definitely the highlight of the last couple days for me. I would say it's definitely worth it if you have the reciprocal program membership. I don't know if I'd pay full price for it or not, but it was definitely pretty neat.
And then what would you? We went to first night, and that was just a madhouse. Hindsight being 2020, I probably wouldn't have gone, and instead they had some music playing at the
Botanical Garden.
Botanical Garden.
Yeah, they had.
But you know, you just don't know until you are in it. Took us forever to find a parking spot, and then once we were walking around, it was just a ton of people and just noise, like band after band playing on top of each other, radios and blaring, and it was something.
But we did it. Steve always says he likes to experience different things going on in different places, so we experienced it. The Botanical Garden, actually, they have the cacti and other things lit up at night. They had those lights in the trees and some music, like he said, but we didn't know. So, I think it was a good day overall. We got work done, and we enjoyed seeing some things. And we're going to say goodnight from our technologically challenged van here. We don't have our power unit working. My still camera is not working. My laptop's not working. But we're going to make it work the best we can. We're going to limp back to Florida. Basically, Phoenix was our first stop on the way back towards Florida. We don't have our house there anymore, but we do have family, and I think it'll be a slower pace, so it'll be easier to address all these issues that we're having. So, hopefully we can at least find a short-term solution or something with the power unit, because that could be quite challenging.
Worst case scenario, we just have to drag it into a library or a coffee shop and charge it for an hour and a half.
Library, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're making the best of it. We're still having fun. And this is where we're going to leave you for now. We're going to see you next time. I think we'll still be in the area doing some more stuff in Phoenix before we head out of this area. So check back in with us next time.
Thanks for watching. As always, drop us a comment. Let us know you've been watching. And until next time, see ya.
Bye.